Hello, America. It is your pseudo-sexual, doubly chocolatey, shirtless, mahogany host himself, Christopher Turner, this evening. And I would like to welcome you to this bewitching hour of What's Good America. I've given myself the proper introduction for the moment, but I would like to introduce you to the co-host of What's Good America, the brains of What's Good America, the Saturday night of the weekend of What's Good America, the man, the myth, the legend himself, James, I can sip wine and yak, Madison Walton III. What's going on, baby?
Hey, what's good, America? He ain't lying, because, it's just that type of day, man. 1 minute, shout out to the McAllen, we out here trying to have a grown folks drink, you know what I mean? But as Chris can always tell you, as he's right now feeling his how does it feel self right now, you know what I'm saying? If you don't hear that, bam, 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 the bam, 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 bam. Hey, he's out here getting it right now.
Feeling it, man.
Which is a perfect time for us to tell you, screwball. Even though we're drinking that, we F's with you.
All day.
Like, hey, we not going to stop. Chris got him in Jacksonville drinking it. We can't stop, won't stop. I was just telling people I went to high school with, you need to get on that screwball. In New York. They up in New York and ain't even heard of it. So screwball, we love you. So I'm going to go ahead and pour some of the screwball here too. And it's that type of moment where, sometimes, my co-host, he just has to do some things. And today he said, you know what, Walt? I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something different for this show. And look at him, man. He over here looking like a LL Cool J album cover right now.
See, well, I figured this out, bro. Like I had the third eye working a little bit. I figured this out. Mm-hmm. If you look back to any successful group, all right, whether it's R&B, whether it's hip hop, whatever it is, there was always like the brains, and then there was the sex symbol. All right. Now, it's clear in this whole situation because, like, in every argument we get into, you come from the head. All right. Everything's well thought out. It's well processed. It's thought about. It's meticulous. It's all there. With that role being taken, it's only right that I step into the sex symbol that's vacant. So, and it's not a dig on you or anything like that. It's just the role that was open was that of a sex symbol. So I felt like, okay, well, if the sex symbol role is open, then I guess I should step into it. So here I am, America. And you're welcome.
I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. It's a good look for you right now, man.
I appreciate it, man.
You literally look like you started at defensive end for University of Miami in 1987 right now.
I need one more gold chain and then I'll be in there.
Seriously. You easily could have gotten to the club with the great Jerome Brown, R.I.P. That's how good you look. You look like you should have had some FaceTime when they were doing the ESPN 30 for 30. That's...
Oh, yeah. Like, me and Benny Blades could have been best friends.
Man, you and all the Blades brothers. Shout out to the Blades brothers, the heart and soul of the Hurricanes. But I don't think that's what we. Go ahead, man. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, Pimp.
You're right. I want to give a shout out to Bo Weezy 305 because, like, his album and soundtrack today have been getting me through my day. So look up Bo Weezy 305 Instagram. You from Tallahassee and all that good stuff. But that's not what we're talking about tonight. We're not talking about this sex symbol that I am portraying. And honestly, I may do a bunch more shows without a shirt, but that's something else. Anyway, to get into what we do, for the sake of this conversation, let's call it today is Thanksgiving. It's pre-Thanksgiving right now. I'm going to make sure I get the show out tomorrow for everybody. But Thanksgiving, we are going to give you the do's and don'ts. Now, whether you at your own house, whether you going to somebody else's house, whether you just stopping by to grab a plate, we are going to give you the do's and don'ts of Thanksgiving. All right? Now, if anybody feels offended, or if we name something that you do that you don't know you do, but you do it anyway, guess what? Fuck you. I don't really care about it. Do better. With all that being said, the first cardinal sin Michael Bazemore hit on. If you are going to post your food on Thanksgiving on social media, spend $1, go to the dollar store and buy a decent plate, all right? Nobody wants to see that styrofoam hefty plate in the picture and like it ain't no presentation, all the food touching and like the greens juice is rubbing into the cornbread. No, don't nobody want to see all that. Spend $1. Like the Dollar Tree, Dollar Store, Dollar General. Am I missing one? That's all of them, right? Yeah, Family Dollar, Five Below.
We got there's a 99-cent only, I think, in chain in California or something like that.
The 99-cent store. Go buy a plate, do some cropping and like make sure everything's not touching each other. Like do the bare minimum so that I don't have to see your trash ass food on a hefty plate and like the food's so hot that the corners of that styrofoam are starting to bend a little bit. You gotta do better. You gotta do better. Go ahead, Walt. What you got for him?
Man, I mean, mine are, I don't know, man. I mean, we definitely had a good conversation. I want to shout you out for the post here that we had, you know, tied into this, and shout out Bazemore. That was one of the more funner ones we've done, man.
Oh yeah.
I would say definitely one of my don'ts, straight up, is do not walk in front of the television while the football game.
Oh.
The only people allowed to walk in front of the television is if you in their house. If the TV is on and the game is on, you got 4 or 5 dudes sitting there, nobody need to see you getting in the way of watching Detroit get their ass whooped on television, all right? If you don't know which uncle has money on that game, you don't know what's going on with somebody's fantasy team, you don't even know what's happening. So if you got to get up, excuse yourself away from the television. Do not walk in front of the television and walk through the screen. Like, I couldn't imagine if this was still, our normal times. Because I believe, don't they play the Egg Bowl on Thanksgiving Day?
Yeah.
Could you imagine if you were in Mississippi and you walked in front of that television when the Egg Bowl's on at night, if you had a night dinner? It would be a problem.
That's a quick way to bring racism back to Mississippi.
Yeah.
Even more prevalent.
Then it's already there.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's definitely one of my don'ts. I got another one. While we'll give you a chance to percolate a couple.
Go ahead.
Thanksgiving is not the time. If you are not a drinker, Thanksgiving is not the time to try to prove that you are. Because ain't nobody trying to listen to you throw up while the night game is on. I don't need you all of a sudden, if you showing up and, you see, Uncle Willie's over there with Uncle Jerome, and Cousin Sheba, and they over there doing their thing. And then you want to come in and act like, this is what you do. When we all know, Cousin Helena, we know you don't drink like that. Like, have a spritzer.
Get a White Claw.
And chill. Don't be over there trying to drink the yak with your Uncle Leroy. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you right now, the host didn't clean them bathrooms for somebody to throw up in the bathroom.
No, not at all. All right. I want to go back to one of your points about the TV. If that ain't your house, don't you touch that damn remote. Like, because even if Your uncle and them don't want to watch the game. Your ass still ain't got control over that remote, all right? So the parade might be on, some kind of marathon might be on or something. You don't touch that remote unless the person who pays that cable bill hands you that remote.
Gives you permission.
That's the only way you touch that remote. Because if that person say, hey, you can watch what you want to watch. That's it. I don't care if you're the first one in there, everybody else still eating dinner, you done finished all quick, you just want to sit on the couch and watch a little TV. You better sit in that living room without the TV on until somebody get in there.
Because straight up, where are we at with technology these days, CT? Like, if you ain't got what you want on TV, you can go right here. Oh, and speaking of that, speaking of technology, there's certain things that we don't need technology for, okay? If there is no air freshener at the house, grab some matches, light a candle and blow it out. Do something, but don't be the one that takes a dump and don't use the spray.
Oh.
Don't be funking up the house.
Turn the fan on.
Do something. There's nothing wrong with getting that food out, you know what I'm saying? Because it's going to come through you. Like, that's okay. But if you at their house, and if they don't have air freshener, ask them for some matches. Even some perfume. You're not supposed to do that, but do something that'll at least dent that smell. Because guess what? Somebody else got to come behind you. And this is your family, friends. Don't do you people like. And you know what? There's a good chance, Chris, I can't think of a house of Thanksgiving I haven't gone to where there hasn't been potpourri or some spray when you're at that house.
That's the whole thing. As a host, you should know.
And holiday, like, yeah. If I host and I put potpourri in the bathroom and I put spray in the bathroom, it is meant not as an insult to your ass.
No.
It is meant as a compliment to my food. I know what I made. I know you had them greens, and I was up all night cooking them greens. I know what greens smell like. Out your ass, it's not good.
No.
Sweet potatoes coming out your ass don't smell good. It don't. Cornbread does not, like, none of that shit smells good. Literally, none of that shit smells good.
See what you did there. There.
That was, that was, since I'm the intellectual, you know what I'm saying? But that's another one for me. Spray.
Here's one. So if you go over to somebody's house, if you cooked, don't ask nobody if the food tastes good. You gonna know, okay? Here's the two ways you gonna know. One, if everything is gone or it's big chunks taken out of it and people stuff, but they still eating, full good. Perfect. You did a great job. You don't need to ask. Like, you don't need to conduct a survey or a census about if the food is good. Two, if the house get real quiet and everybody just go randomly take a nap, you did your thing. That's to the point where, like, a person has eaten so much they just give up. And, like, they just, you know what? I'm just gonna go lay down for like 5 minutes. And 5 minutes turns into 3 hours real quick.
I mean, most of America that we know knows let America knows what that is when that's hitting you. That's the goal.
It's that itis. When that itis hits, and that's the whole thing. Like, you don't need to conduct a survey. If a bunch of the food gone, you did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
And if that itis kick in like real quick after dinner, well, you did it. Like, you won. Here's your gold medal. Like, you did it. You ain't got to talk about it. You good. You win.
Here's another one for me, because we are in an era, and I've been used to it, obviously, if you are going to go to multiple Thanksgivings, space out the amount of food you eat. Do not go to somebody's house and not at least eat an okay sized plate. That is the most disrespectful thing to do on Thanksgiving. If they made food and they invited you over, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the one that says you got to eat everything. I ain't going to be that one. But you want to make sure you get a plate of some stuff that you like. So save yourself. If you've got a dinner at 2:30, don't overdo it if you know you're going to one at 6:30. You need to make sure you get in there because listen, I don't know how it is in other people's houses, but I knew for a fact, the Walton was always later. The Walton dinner was later. The Hillman dinner was always earlier. So I always made sure, this is bomb. Let me go ahead and wrap some of this up because I want some of that. And I don't go to my uncle's house, and I know I'm getting ready to get drunk. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to be hungry anyway. But I wanted to make sure I had enough room because I knew they were going to have a little bit different spin on similar things I had. So my advice to anybody, if you're going to multiple Thanksgivings, understand what your stomach's supposed to do. I know how good the food is. But you know what? That's why Thanksgiving is there. Make you a plate. If there's stuff you want to have more of that, but you're going to another dinner. Oh, and then don't take your plate that you made at the one Thanksgiving and take it into the other Thanksgiving. That is a no-no. You do not do that.
Cardinal sin.
You put that in the trunk and hope it doesn't stank your car up. If you got to go right there and you got time to go to your house, you deal with that. You deal with that 20-minute drive. But you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I saw, Chris? Like, as we talk about do's and don'ts, and I'm not going to sit there and lie. It's been years. But have you noticed the whole, you know what I'm saying, like the chitlins outrage that's been going on lately? Can we talk about that for a minute? I saw one of my high school friends where she even was like, dude, the fact y'all over here talking about this is ridiculous. You from the South, I feel like you would definitely be the one to better examine this whole chitlins outrage that's been going on. I mean, I've read some things due to us having to be a lot more active on social media, but I'm kind of perturbed as well too by some of the old heads that are my age they're not happy about what's going on with chitlins. But can we talk about that for a quick minute?
So what happened was some of these uppity, super woke Americans, I guess they finally figured out what chitlins were. It's no mystery. It's no secret what chitlins are. But now that it's kind of out there and exposed and everybody's gluten and vegan and everybody eats farm to table now, it's not okay to eat a pig's ass. First of all, you put enough hot sauce on anything, it's going to taste good. All right? If you don't eat chitlins, then just don't. Like, I don't need you judging me because I do. Yeah. Like, listen, in the South, it's a whole thing. Like, people are proud of how they cook chitlins because people's whole thing about chitlins is, oh, I cook chitlins so good, they don't taste like chitlins. And that's fine. But if you don't eat chitlins, I don't need you to say anything about the chitlins that are on the plate that I may be eating. See, everybody got a little bit of money now. You got your little bit of education. You left your grandma's house for a couple of years. Now you come back and you're woke and you drive electric cars and you don't want to put a carbon footprint on the earth. And how can you still eat beef? Do you know what they do to cows? I don't really give up. Listen, if you kill it, cook it right, put some hot sauce or gravy on it, it's an 83% chance I'm going to take a bite of it.
You know, I think we're just at that. Chris, we're at that point. Like, let's just call it what it is. If you were born before 1987, we are now old. Like, we are those folks that are now looking at those that are 10, 15 years younger than us. It's like, man, you don't know nothing. You don't. Like, listen, man. I was the first person to tell you growing up as a kid. I was like, what are those? Pigington? I'm good. But I also come from a family of, all right, I'm going to try it once. Once I had them joints, my mom actually, when I came home from Truman by 2003, she said, what do you want when you come home, baby? I said, Mom, you know what I want? I want some chitlins, some fried chicken, and some greens. And she made that stuff. Shout out Sarah Walt. And that's when I was in my Louisiana hot sauce phase. I would put Louisiana hot sauce on everything.
On everything.
And chitlins, when cleaned right and done right, you know what? It's almost disrespect to not eat chitlins. I'm going to say that to whether you my people or not my people or any people or Americans or whatever.
Say it again.
You know the type of work that goes into somebody preparing a chitlin dinner. And I'm sorry. I can understand if you come from like some lineage like the McMahons, you know what I'm saying, or some shit out of Dallas. Remember the show Dallas used to be on? Dynasty and all that shit. I can get it if you're like, oh, really? Those people I can understand. Like, if you for real was Ricky Schroeder on Silver Spoons, I get it. They have a right to speak on chitlins. They do. Okay?
Did you just call Silver Spoons?
I did, man. I told you, man. If you're born for 87, man, like, come on, man. Come on, baby. Shout out Carlton. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we might need to just jump right. You know what? I might have our next topic.
I'm with it. I don't even want to know. We'll save
I just thought about it, talk about Silver Spoons. We might go into it here in a minute, but I'm sitting there, man. I'm with you, Chris. It sounds real. It's real uppity to me.
There's one more thing.
Yeah.
All right. First of all, I want to point out that my sexiness went up like 10% because like my full winter beard is cutting in and like I just shaved my head. So the hat staying off for a couple minutes. All right. Like I'm feeling myself a lot right now. Like I don't know if it's this drink that's helping me, but I'm feeling myself a lot. But
I don't know. I just tell you right now, I don't need you getting up cooking no eggs or nothing, man. This is not baby. I am not Jody. You bet not Ving Rhames me, mug. Like don't you get up.
You want some
baby boy. You better sit your Melvin looking ass down.
For the cousins, the brothers and sisters and everything else around that certain age, listen, if your cousin need to go take a walk before or after dinner, all right, and that cousin asks you to come with them. Now, I don't even think it's just a Southern thing. Like, this is maybe a cultural thing more than anything else. But if that cousin who does what he does with herbal essence happens to go take a walk, ask you to come with him, one, you have to go. You ain't got to do nothing, but you have to go.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to point out the cousins in my family that go take walks after dinner. I'm not going to say my cousin Sal name. I'm not.
Shout out, Cuzzo. Shout out.
I'm not going to say my cousin Dino name. I'm not going to say these people's names because it's a known unknown. But if your cousin them asks you to go take a walk, go take a walk. Enjoy the family atmosphere. Let them do what they do. And just enjoy being around your cousin. Now, when y'all come back, your responsibility as the sober one is to make sure your cousin don't smell like herbal essence when he walk in your grandma's house. That's your job. Like that's a part of going on the walk with them. It's not walking back in the house smelling like loud. Okay? Your job is hey, I got a shirt. I got a shirt in the trunk. You need it? Like, oh man, thanks, man. I appreciate it. As a family member, as an upstanding citizen, you are supposed to make sure you got an extra shirt, some body spray, cologne, something. Like stay out an extra 10 minutes or something. Because the last thing you need to do is go in your grandma's house and you always got that one auntie or that one uppity ass cousin. Something stank. Don't do that. Don't let your cousin be that person. Don't do it.
Hey, I want to kind of shift to some dudes. And I get it. I saw some of the things the CDC, really have recommended you not do with your gatherings. Yeah. I think those are things that you need to do with your family, as long as you guys all know you're good and you're together. Laugh. We're very musical on my dad's side, obviously. So you never know when a straight, happy day is gonna break out or something like that. The talented voices of my family, man, let it out. You know what I mean? Like this is do it safely. This is my thing. Like, I'm not saying let's have 100 people at your house. No, not at all. But enjoy this time, and if you're all safe, man, hug and enjoy it, man. Because it's been rough, man. So laugh and be full and be merry and enjoy each other's company, man. That is definitely a do more than any other year. This is a Thanksgiving to remember because they're going to be very different for a lot of us. And I think with that, just to be able to smile and try to do some things that you normally do during that day, try to keep some of those similar traditions going, even though it's a small number of you there, I just saw some of those things, Chris, and just really kind of irked me where I was like, I get it. Like, we can socially space and sing and laugh and be loud. Like, you're not going to tell me to not join in the chorus. I guess I might have to sing a little bit louder if we're going to be 6 feet apart, but like, you can create your own bubble in your house and do the things you do, man.
Dude, let me back off of what you're saying. Like, if you're 1,000% right, let me speak to the neighbor to these people. Like, if your neighbor has a big family gathering at their house, shut the fuck up. Like, that's not your house. Like, let them folks enjoy their friends, their family. They know the dangers. Be confident that your neighbor is taking the right precautions in their house with their family, because you never know their situation. You never know if a family member is going to make it to the next Thanksgiving, let alone even Christmas. Like, so let them enjoy what they're doing. Like, let them have the 10, 15 people. They might be in the backyard spaced out. They might be in the house spaced out. And even if they're not, that was their decision. I'm sure everybody's taking the right precautions. Nobody's sick. And even if they are, that's not your business.
And that's saying something, because listen, I know for a fact, I'm here in California. Y'all got more cases up there than we got down here. And San Jose is the second largest city, I think, in California, behind, obviously, LA.
Right.
Because San Jose is the 10th largest city in the country as of the last census. And you guys have, I saw a stat, it's like 1 in 20 has COVID right now in Yellowstone County alone.
Yep.
Which is insane. Because there ain't but 115,000 of y'all. They start doing that math. That's wild. But this is, man, look, this is my favorite holiday. And I don't even remember if I said that in the last one. We talked about Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday of all. It's my favorite. Because I think it's the purest form of family and friendship that you get. Because you don't see those people, very often, probably most likely not. You're all spread out. But when you get there, you never see things not go the way that they're supposed to be. Like, whenever it's Thanksgiving, whenever I'm with my uncle, and you guys have met him, Uncle Julian, also known as Unc. Like, it's the same ritual. I get there about the same time. He gives me that look like, you got to go to work on Friday? And I'm like, nope. But he's like, all right. So you know what time it is.
Go time.
He's already saying, well, this is what I got here. Did you bring anything? If not, I got you covered. If he doesn't tell me, oh, that's a do. When somebody in your family asks you to bring something, bring that shit. That's a do. Don't say, oh, I don't know if I can get it. No, you get it. Especially if you're the guest. That is a do. Go get that shit.
Let me give you the inverse of that one. If somebody in your family, you're going over to their house, and they say, hey, don't bring anything. One, you got to ask them at least 3 times, are you sure? You sure you don't need this? You sure you don't need that?
Yep.
You sure you don't need this? Now, once you get that no 3 times, you are obligated to help clean up. Like, there's no ways around it. Like, even if they say, oh, no, I got it. You still got to help clear that table, put some stuff in the sink, get it out the dishwasher, help rinse, whatever. You are obligated to do something when they say, oh, no, you don't have to bring anything, and then you got to ask 3 more times. You have to ask 3 more times.
I'll tell you the one house where that does not happen if she hosts, because she doesn't let you, is my mom's house. Hey, listen, S dot. Hey, it's so crazy. S dot be cooking and cleaning at the same time. It's the wildest thing. She don't even eat. That's like a lot of moms. A lot of moms don't even eat their own Thanksgiving.
That's true, boy. Because I can't remember a time. I can't remember a time of seeing Sharon Turner eating dinner with us. Like especially like the big holidays. Like I cannot remember seeing like. I remember like saying grace. I remember everybody having a plate, but like the whole time everybody got a plate, my mom working, like turning the kitchen back to what it was.
Exactly. Like you can't even listen. Callie has had dinner at my house, not Thanksgiving, but as mom puts on a spread, and she'll try to go help, and I'm like, you need to just sit down. Like now, there is an adverse to your adverse. Sometimes you just can't even because they're not gonna let you because depending on who it is, they go, it's disrespectful that you're trying to help me, and you didn't even know. Like even though you're being kind, but it's just what I do. And the thing with my mom is not like, no, you can't do it. Like, it's just so funny. Like, the food is served and she'd already done 75% of the dishes by hand, which is crazy because she doesn't use dishwashers.
Can I give my Sarah story?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
So we in Las Vegas like 2 years ago, right? Thanks to Walt, we didn't have to stay in the hotel. His mom's was there, whatever. So mom's is cool with us going out and having a good time and doing what we do when we does what we do. So me and Walt get in. It ain't terribly late, but it's an undecent hour. Get in. The room I'm staying in all made up. It's extra pillows on the bed, like it's a towel and a washcloth on the, like it's whole setup. I get up the next morning and I don't even think Walt was up yet.
Probably wasn't.
Sarah in the kitchen, chefing it up. Baby, how you like your eggs? However you make them. They cooked a full spread for breakfast, put it on the plate. They cleaned up before I done sat down, and then went back to her room. Mind you, she got extras of the food right next to the stove in Tupperware just in case my big ass got hungry again. Walt come out. Mom's cooked. Like, yeah. All right. And like, by the time we had finished, between me going back for seconds, Walt going back for seconds, Sarah was already done for the day. Like, she already in the room. She got a book. She got a TV going. All right, well, y'all taken care of already. We good.
It's the truth, man. It's the truth. So, like, that's the adverse, like, to that is like, yes, you are obligated to help. Read your room, though. Read the host. Read your host. That's what I would tell you.
Yeah,
but you know what made me think about, man, we're talking about all this family. And, make it the best. I just want to segue into this, man, because I don't even know, like, we ain't got no shot clock tonight. Nope. But you know what I was thinking about, man? And as soon as I brought up silver spoons, it just made me kind of transition this, man.
Oh, God.
Obviously, it's been like a rough year for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I'm kind of taking my cue. I was watching Joe Rogan's podcast, so I'm just going to jump all over the place like Joe does and just make this part 2 of this. You know who's had, like, arguably one of the worst years? Like, quietly, but not quietly. Who's been through some stuff this year? Will Smith. Hey, how rough has Will Smith had it during COVID? Dude, listen, man, I wish I had, if I would have, that's what I would have went and bought for this podcast. I should have bought a Fresh Prince or had his, the Bel Air Academy jersey, man. Listen, look, man. Like, it hurts me how disrespected this guy has been through 2020. Listen, he went from the Joyner Lucas Will Smith song to Aunt Viv just giving it to him like, you ruined my career.
Yeah.
And in between all that, August Alsina showed up. Like, this dude is like He's like the most motivational guy, positive energy dude, like keeps to himself. Any and all of his scandals are like known unknowns. He's very respectful. He's always smiling. Like, I would love, like, dude, forget the red table. I'd love to have Will Smith on the show. And we wouldn't even talk about it. Like, I just want to just let it be known that, man, Will Smith, dude, you're one of my OGs, man. You know,
Listen.
They had their reunion, and I think that's great. And I think it's all love, man. But, dude, I don't know. I think you've got some stuff to say about. But I just wanted to. I didn't think you had thought about it, but I wanted to just get some things through. Like, how shitty of a 2020 has Will Smith had?
Listen, you're 1,000% right.
It's not even fair. It's wrong. It's Will Smith, man.
You are 1,000% right, because the Joyner Lucas song, like, it brought Will back to the limelight. It put that spotlight back on him, because everything Joyner Lucas said in that song was accurate. Like, it was perfect. And then it went straight to hell, because Gemini Man, even though it was a great concept, that movie sucked. Like, the graphics, the CGI, like, it's all bad. Like, I could have done a better CGI part than that. Like, that movie sucked ass.
Well, so much for getting Will Smith on the show. Thanks, Chris.
I'm sorry. I love everything Will Smith has done.
You can only dog Wild Wild West. That's the only movie he openly dogs.
I like Wild Wild West. Like, I'll watch it right now. Gemini Man sucked. Like, it was fucking terrible. I'm sorry, that's my F-bomb for today, but it was fucking terrible.
Well,
like,
I haven't finished it. It's not that, but I don't think you're gonna. I mean, I think it's one thing for Aunt Viv and Jada to do. I don't know if Chris Turner and I, especially with Chris Turner with no shirt on, you know, over here looking like Leon Cersei in his mug and everything.
I'm so sick and tired of the disrespect right now. So sick and tired of it.
But no, man. But that dude, like, yeah, get the dude. That's like, can you come on, man? Like, this guy. Like, what has Will Smith not done for the culture? Like, do we know what Will Smith boycotted the Grammys when he won the first ever rap Grammy?
Yep.
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is actually so hip-hop.
Yep.
And it's so beloved by not only just, you know, this, you know, I don't know how to say it, not be politically correct. Not only beloved by, like, it's a man, like, Will Smith brought black culture to the world, man. Like, he's the one that extended it after Cosby. Like, Cosby showed the world that we can be this.
You are right.
And Will Smith continued.
Our Bill Cosby.
Like, Will Smith, like, this dude, I mean, black dudes in sci-fi movies, like, you know, the dramatic chops. He's got the biopic, you know, like, he was born to play Ali. He did a great job in Ali, man. He really did. Put that size on. He was built like him. For a while, I felt like Will was just kind of talking like his Ali voice for a couple of years after that. And I mean, to get dragged the way he's gotten dragged in a world where you just nothing's hitting. That's why I already know, man. I'd love to be the president of the United States, but I know what I've recorded and put on Facebook, and I'm not taking that. Maybe that'll get me elected. I don't know. But, like, Will Smith does not deserve what he has gone through. And I don't know what it is about this guy that he's had. Why 2020 does Will Smith need punishment?
Because 2020 has taken the time out to show you that your heroes are still human. All right? Between Will Smith and the entanglement situation, which even in that situation, August Alsina, if I ever see you in the street, bro, I'm gonna hit you right in your nose, bro. Like, you don't, like, you hit a gold mine, and I'm not gonna go all into it, but August, you
listen, man.
yeah.
Listen, and I don't want to listen because I don't want to get too flippant at the mouth just because the fiance is like down the street from me or anything like that. Because I'm not gonna do that. But I can tell you right now, I felt like we talked about this on the show before. But the bottom line is, shame on you, August Alsina.
Exactly.
Period. You knew what it was when you signed up for that. She wasn't gonna leave you for him.
No.
Will Smith, man. And the fact that Will Smith allowed it, and then Will Smith is the one getting made. Will Smith shouldn't be getting made fun of for none of that. Because I'm not getting into Will's business because that's not what I'm trying to do.
No.
August Alsina made Will Smith's business.
Can I ask you a question, though?
And I don't like it one bit. And that's why his career, that's why ain't nobody buying no songs from him no more.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Will Smith, can you name a couple songs from Will Smith?
From what era?
Any era you want to.
Parents Just Don't Understand, Summertime. I Think I Can Beat Mike Tyson. Those are probably the three that come to my head from his earlier days. And then obviously Getting Jiggy With It, Miami.
Okay.
Men in Black. Did I say Wild Wild West? I like how he's got so many songs just named after his movies. What was it? I think it was Will 2K or something like that. Switch.
9.
Just the Two of Us.
10.
I'll just stop with 10.
Just stop. Can you name me 10 August Alsina songs?
No, I do know he got nominated for a Grammy. I heard, actually, you know who was telling me he was dope? Was Eric Rosas was like, oh, wow, you love August Alsina. I was like, all right, I'll check that out. Never did. And August, he got nominated for a Grammy. Like, the dude was cold, but I think I was really, that was when I had just moved back, so I was really in my feelings. I don't know what I think I was listening to a lot of Robert Glasper, who actually won that year. Won a couple Grammys, and he didn't even sing. He just arranges music. So no, Chris, I can't name any. I think he's got I think I can name one. Entanglement. Did he name the song Entanglement?
He named the song Entanglement, yeah.
There's the one I know. And it's no disrespect to August Alsina or his art, because I know, dude, like I said, he was nominated for a Grammy, so he put out work. I think he sold a lot of records, but you got to miss me with this. Bro, do you know how many listen, if I just get drunk, babe, I'm not trying to disrespect you.
She understands.
Do you know how many dudes would have signed up for your life? I just don't get it. I don't know the ins and outs, but all I know is, man, that's just not the time to
No.
Why would you do that to them, man? Like, that's, what I'm saying? That's like black royalty. Like, that gets me to another, like, thing, man, where I don't want to get to, man, but because we're going to talk about, obviously what happened, because I didn't watch it. We'll talk about, like, I just want to, I'm just hitting on stuff, but I just thought about that because I just keep seeing the Fresh Prince reunion, and it was so great and everything. And then I keep seeing these things about how, and I feel like Janet's right for how she feels. Say that, but at the same time, I've heard different stories on all sides of that. Like, I understand what she was going through. Like, I've read the script. I don't even know if I want to watch it because I think I have too much respect for her. And I'm just tired of Will Smith being drugged. Like, it's fine for him to get drugged. Like, if you don't like Gemini Man, drag him for that. I'm
right
good with that. You didn't like, that's fine. But this dude, man, like, this dude means too much to the culture. Like, I didn't even really know who Jordan Lucas was. And that was one of the best rap songs I've heard.
Yeah.
Outside of like the 3 or 4 rappers that I actually listen to and would buy an album from.
It's real
That's
hip
how
hop.
much he means. Like, how old is Joyner Lucas, man? Like 22, 23? I mean, he looked like
He's not 25 yet. I know that.
he looked like he went to high school with me, but you know, I ain't.
Nah, he's early 20s. I
just want to bring that up, man.
I
love you, Will Smith. I want to and a lot of people love you, Will Smith, and I know you know that, but 2021 is going. I think, you know what I thought about with all this red table talk and all that? Will Smith should just win an Emmy or win a Golden Globe for the shit he's winning. They should just nominate him for red table talk and give him the award. He deserves it.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not dragging Will Smith. I'm not in any way. But like you said, I didn't like Gemini Man. I felt like it could have been so much better. And like when you got Will Smith, it's almost like the Michael Jordan curse. Like, your excellence has preceded you now. So like, I expect a certain level when I see you on screen. And like, when I didn't see it, when it doesn't even if it gets like close and it's not it, then it's a letdown. It's a failure. Now, it's a curse that he put on himself, because when you're great, everybody expects great things out of you. 2020 has like the August Alsina thing, which we're not gonna beat into it, and then the Aunt Viv thing. I'm like you. I'm of the certain age where I've heard different things. Like, I've read different things. I've read that it was more so her than anything else. Her attitude, her demands, and everything else. But for the culture, for us as a people, and I don't mean us as a people, I mean us as a people who grew up watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. For us to turn our back on Will in that manner because of that, no.
Which is not gonna, and that's not what's happening. I think what has happened, and I'm glad you turned it this way, because leave it to Will Smith to make it a positive. Like, people are seeing that and they're going, man, that's big of him to apologize. Which is the right thing to do always. You know what I'm saying? If you do wrong to anybody, or if you can admit that, and trust me, I've done a shit ton of wrong. Ain't nothing about this dude over here with the James Walton in his little box that's perfect at all. Everybody knows I'm a little bit messed up. I have pissed off a lot of people. D'Angelo Turner is one of them. It's happened. Like, my bad. It's just the way that I like giggled, not like it's haha funny. I just said, man, like, this dude is like, he's like a Mount Rushmore for
he is
a lot of us that grew up in an era, you know, like, because I mean, I'm thinking about my age, like, he was like 19 when they won the Grammy, so I was 6. So like, it's 13-year deal. Like, this dude is like, he's always the cool uncle that you were watching on TV, or your cool older cousin, man, that like him, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's just funny. Like, you would think, like, you know, obviously Martin's been touched, Dave Chappelle's been touched, Eddie's been touched. There's been a lot of our guys, our heroes, and here and there that have been touched. But I mean, like, it's like they felt like they just had to double whammy this dude. Like, I almost feel like it was a setup. It was like, you know what? Let's just fuck Will Smith up to it. Just really bash the black man. Like, I don't know, man. Like, somehow in here, and the entanglement thing, it's not really that it was anything that it did to Will. It's just the way that it was the position it put him in. And that's the kind of the way I feel, because I love Janet. Janet Hubert is a phenomenal actress, and she is my Aunt Viv. You know, like, that she's the same complexion as my mom did. You know what I'm saying? It's no disrespect to Daphne Maxwell.
No, not at all.
Reed at all. You know, Mrs. Reed, that's Tim Reed's, you know, wife. And Tim Reed is one of the original great sitcom black actors. You know, this is Sister and WKRP. Like, Tim Reed is the motherfucker. Like, you know.
Honestly,
there's my first mom. I just was like, man, like, if this ever gets viral, I don't know, man, but I just want Will Smith to know, like, Will, I ain't Joyner Lucas. I can't write a song for you, man, but I just feel like 2020, you didn't deserve to do that, man. That dude is so uplifting and so, like, Remember, like 2019, it was like Will Smith was giving us all these
motivational quotes and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it was like, what? So like, oh, because he's being positive and he's not feeling bad or sorry for himself because he's not the Will Smith of Independence Day, but he's still out here doing things and being positive. Like, let's just shit on. I just feel like 2020 was shit on Will Smith.
What was the challenge that Will Smith like it was some dancing challenge, and Will Smith did it like on the top of something in Paris or something like that.
Yeah, he was doing all these challenges. Like he did stand-up comedy. Like he was doing all. He skydived.
I remember that.
Just trying to get people to get over their fears. Like, and then that was like 2019, and then COVID. It wasn't like, dude. Like I cannot. I wish this was not my house if I was outside. Like, I just want to understand, like, this year started where the worst two things that were going on in the world was Kobe Bryant passing and Popeyes ran out of a chicken sandwich. And by now it's November, and I'm like, dude, Will Smith had like one of the worst 2020s ever.
Did you really put Kobe Bryant dying and the Popeye chicken sandwich in the same sentence?
Listen, I mean, is that an indictment on me or is it an indictment on ... Those were the two biggest things going on at the beginning of 2020. Tell me I'm wrong. What dominated your news cycle?
Yeah, you got a point.
People got shot over that sandwich, Chris.
I'm not laughing at people getting shot, but
yeah, it's the same laugh that I had. Like, man, Will Smith has had a bad 2020. And it's not like a ha because it's funny. It's like a ha, like, dude, this is real life.
Like, people died over a chicken sandwich.
A chicken sandwich.
We got to do better, folks. Matter of fact, give me a second. This ain't my give me a minute.
Hey, I'm going to give you a second. Go ahead.
Give me a second. Black folks who listen to our show, I need you to come closer to the screen real quick. All right, listen. I have lived in Florida, Arkansas, Mississippi, Texas for an undisclosed amount of time. Listen, that chicken sandwich is not worth killing somebody for, okay? It's a good sandwich. Don't get me wrong. It's good. I love it. It's a great sandwich. But at the same time, do you know how bad we look as a people when the news come on and here at the local Popeyes, 27-year-old James Dunn was shot in the heart 2 times over skipping local resident Javarius Jackson at the local Popeyes for a chicken sandwich. And the thing about it, this didn't just happen once. This shit happened a couple times. Like, somebody's gone because your ass tripped over a chicken sandwich. Get the fuck out of here, man. All right, white America, come back.
Hey, look here. I just Googled, I'm over here Googling. Hold on, I'm over here Googling. As a Popeye shooting 2020.
Oh, God.
May 21st. He was shot in the neck while fleeing a gunman. Arrest made in Popeye's shooting. Maryland man stabbed to death over viral Popeye's chicken. Man shot twice in a car in East parking lot. Popeyes. And I don't know if they were all like to the sandwich, but I mean, Popeyes. Like, this was dominating news cycle. So all I'm saying is, man, I'm going to go back to my dudes. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, man, with your loved ones.
Yes, thank you. That's
really where it was all coming back to. Joe Rogan would be part of that. He'd be proud of that segue back to the point. But I couldn't listen, man. I was going to make it a whole segment, but we didn't need a whole 40 minutes for that. I just had to throw that in there and see what your reaction would be, man. Because, dude, I'm sorry, man, but I feel like I got to go watch some Will Smith movies, man. While I'm like, dude, like, I need to go. Come on, man. He was in Made in America with Ted Danson and Whoopi Goldberg, man.
He wasn't Made in America. Oh God, dude, I'm over it. Like
So I'm done with it now. I got it off my chest. That's why I love my show. I can just talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about. But I can tell you right now, man, America, enjoy your Thanksgiving. But trust me, there are some do's and some don'ts. And I promise you, there's a lot more don'ts than do's. And if you take heed to a lot of our don'ts, it'll be all good once you have to do. You know what I'm saying? Hell, look at that wordplay.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna end this one because this one needs to be ended. Like people got shot over a fucking chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
So with all that being said,
and Will Smith got made a meme.
With all that being said, the alcohol is still flowing, the shirt is still off. I'm still feeling my sexualness right now. I might put it on, I might not. I don't know. I'm telling you, like this drink and my hat being off, I'm feeling myself way too much. But
well, if he's gonna have this shirt off, America, I guess I'm just gonna have to do wardrobe changes from the same shirts you've seen me wear 1,000 times. I'm just gonna change my shirt. Fuck it.
Fuck it. So with all that being said, make sure you tune in. Make sure you subscribe to YouTube, Anchor, IG, all that good stuff. Follow us. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know what's up. We got merch coming here. We got a logo coming here soon. All that good stuff. Big stuff's on the horizon. Big J Show. Stop playing with us. We coming.
Hey, but you know what? Like, yeah, before we get out, shout out Big J. Now, this might be very controversial, you know, from some of our fans that may like his show, don't like his show. But a little birdie told me that What's Good America has made a couple mentions past week. So if we have it our way, America, one, we are going to obviously do what we can to have him on the show because we want to thank him. He's a big part
Hey, Zoe.
of us, and we're going to get a special guest here that's going to explain that. And two, look for us. There's a good chance we might end up in you never know. There might be a segment that comes out where What's Good America meets the Big J Show. You never know. We'll figure out the naming right. We'll figure out what it's going to cost, but uh-oh. Zozo in the house.
Zozo,
you're live. Hey, you're live right now, Zozo. This is the real deal.
You're on. So, can you tell America who did you hear on the radio? Who got mentioned on the radio the other day?
You.
Who else? What show got mentioned on the radio here?
What's Good America? I was listening because I have a radio in my room, and then I heard Daddy's name. Then I heard Uncle Walt's name. And then I heard What's Good America. And then I ran to Daddy, and then I told Daddy that I heard What's Good America.
We're kind of a big deal. I don't know if y'all got that not yet with all the episodes we got out. And also, I don't know if you can see the reflection, but like my back is kind of ripped up too because I did a couple pull-ups. That's a whole different conversation.
It really is. What? Your daughter's explaining why we might be
my bad. It's
experiencing. We're getting blow-uptuation, and we went to your back. I don't like that at all.
Like, look at the reflection. Anyway.
Yeah, so can you roll your eyes for me one time at your dad? Ooh.
Anyway.
Ooh, that was a long, oh man, that was all, oh man, she went like 5 directions.
Well, America, we are coming. We are going to take over eventually, sooner than later. So make sure that you're with us because whereas Walt will be the down-to-earth one that'll shake everybody's hand, I will look at you like the peasant that you are and step on your soul.
That's my dad.
Hey, you're right, Zoe. You know, one of us is doing fatalities from Mortal Kombat. The other one is doing friendships. That's what he's basically saying. For all my video game heads out there from the 90s. Because you can't tell me when Mortal Kombat had friendships and Liu Kang started dancing when that disco ball came down. That you
oh my God, that's so great.
But America, just look out. Like we're working hard. I'm telling you, we're gonna enjoy our Thanksgivings. You know what I'm saying? Both of us got delicious food, getting prepared and everything. But I promise you, we're gonna be putting this content out all throughout the weekend. We talking about a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, shout out Big J, shout out McLovin, shout out 101.9, man. Like that was really bringing it full circle. And we're looking forward to I'm hoping. I'm going to let Chris handle that. I'm not going to make any guarantees, but don't be surprised if one day you're listening to the morning show or they're in Montana.
And you hear the good guys.
And we're back doing our same shtick from 2009, because I still remember some of that.
So, America, you know what it is. You know who we are. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you follow. Make sure you make us your favorite. Make sure you tag Screwball and everything that you do and tell them that we do. All right? Because they need to start sending them bottles and them checks.
Hey, Screwball, I got plenty. This is get me through tonight. I'm going to go re-up. I promise you. Friday, I'm re-upping for our next shows over the weekend. I got you.
It's happening, Screwball. So, like we say in passing, like we say in hello, like we say when we say what we says, all we want to know is, what's good, America?
What's good, America?